I could do it all over again, there'd be no wish I woulds or should have been. Spend that time with my family and friends.
So Jeff, does anyone call you Jeffrey?
No, my mom sometimes.
Oh, I will call you Jeffrey on purpose.
Okay.
I was, we kind of chat out in the lobby, and I was trying not to ask questions that you would answer with too much detail, because I thought I want everything to be recorded.
Okay.
However, I am glad that you corrected with Z-JAK Technologies. Now I've got that solid. You feel and look like someone that was birthed and then went straight into IT, and in the best of ways. I don't think anyone would mistake me for an IT person. I mean, that's okay, I guess. I don't even think anyone would mistake me and call me an accountant sometimes, but we do our best. How did you, unless it really did happen straight from the womb, how did you get into IT and all the technology things?
I've been probably since I was 10, wanted to be an engineer.
I knew it. I get that. Yes. So
taking things apart, my dad was big into that kind of stuff. So, we even had a computer. This was back in the mid-70s.
Okay.
Where the computer was just wires, program a computer with wires and slides and on switches and things like that.
Yeah.
So I went to college, was originally going to be electrical engineer. Had a really good computer science professor that I was got a lot out of.
Yeah.
And just kind of inspired me to get into the computers.
Yeah.
And so
what were computers like at that point?
So the first computer I had at U of L was with punch cards.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So you had to put everything in, and then you send it to UK, and then UK the next morning would send back the results of your program. So you had to make sure you had it right.
Yeah, because you're waiting for results.
Right. It's not like today where you can write a program and fix an error, and then it's instantaneous.
Yeah.
So it took a little more planning
and patience.
And so then I was doing some co-ops. So I did a co-op for FEMA. And then I did a co-op for an insurance agent that turned into a full-time job.
What does that mean, a co-op?
A cooperative internship.
Okay.
So basically started out as like at speed school, you have to do internships as part of your requirements to graduate.
I see. Okay.
So you work full-time.
Getting your hours in.
You work full-time for a company. And then you have to write a paper up about like what you learned, what you got out of the experience, and then you get a couple of credit hours out of it.
Okay.
So, and you have to do 3 of those to graduate.
Gotcha.
So the first one was for FEMA, and then I did 2 for this insurance agent.
Cool.
But after I did the first one, he said, "Hey, do you want to stay on?" So I worked there part-time.
Yes.
And then it turned into, by the time I graduated, I was working full-time, and I had 5 people working for me doing IT work.
By the time you graduated?
By the time I graduated, yeah.
Yeah, you were born for this.
So we were doing IT work for a lot of car dealerships around the state. So,
what did that mean at that time?
So it was an IBM PC with a couple of floppy drives.
Oh, man.
And a green screen.
Yeah.
So anything that we did, like we wrote software specifically for the finance teams. Doing things like helping them calculate payments, showing them printing the paperwork up, which, back then you had the dot matrix printer. You'd have to load it in, line it up correctly, hit the button, and then it would print. And if it was off half a line, you'd have to redo it again. So we'd have to work with them to try to, understand how the printers worked. And so
you probably still have to do some of that today. The printer.
Yeah, grew from that, and then went to work for the Loom. Doing engineering work there, robotics type systems.
Oh, okay. In their manufacturing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Slight side note. Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Cornucopia?
The logo thing?
Was there a Cornucopia?
You used to, when I was there, this was like late 80s, you could actually borrow the costumes, like for a Halloween party, if you wanted to.
So fun.
I don't know if that's still the case, but, but I was in the corporate office in Bowling Green, and they had the costumes there, and you could.
Did you?
I never did that.
What? You never put on the grape or?
No, that would have been fun.
That would have been really fun. So you had some good times at Fruit of the Loom, and you were helping the IT side, the technology side.
I worked in research and development.
Okay.
So helping them come up with robotics, automation type tools.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, a lot of that work has moved out of the country.
Oh, really?
Just because of cost.
Yeah.
And so we were trying to do what we could to help automate some of the processes, like, sewing things together and
making a tool to make someone else's job a little more efficient.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Like even just something simple like a machine that counted socks.
Yeah.
So
any
the ladies would hit a foot pedal, a sock would shoot out of this tube, and then they would sew the end together, and they hit the foot pedal, and it would suck back into a vacuum tube.
Interesting.
And then we had a little electric eyes that would count it, and then we could count production that way, and it would feed into a system we built to count production that night based on different types of socks that were made.
Yeah. Did you like doing that?
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was different for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds more hands-on when you're in that creative phase versus maybe where you are today that feels a little more behind the scenes. So we loved Fruit of the Loom. We didn't borrow the costume. We have regrets about that. What happened after that?
So ended up, had a couple more jobs, worked for a software company, or started my own software company in the early 90s, which was a lot of fun. So I got to see like a direct impact, how I could help a small business with their software needs.
Sure.
Back then, because this was all so new, the selling was a lot easier for sure.
Yeah.
Because everybody needed it and there wasn't a lot of competition like there is today.
True. Yeah.
So, pretty much the sales stuff was pretty easy.
Yeah.
And getting the clients was pretty easy. And we were growing really quickly. It was just a lot of stress managing a company, managing lots of people.
The people part.
And so I ended up leaving that company. And then there was an internet startup back in 2000. It was going to build the first online insurance company.
Because the computers did not actually crash in 2000.
Right. We were building websites. I think the first websites were like 94, 95, really. Like when Yahoo, Google, and those kinds of companies were starting was like mid to late 90s.
Yeah, you were in the perfect time for that.
So at that point, I think you just had to have a good business plan.
Yeah.
You had a good business plan. People were writing you checks, right?
Yeah.
So we started in roughly January 2000. We wanted to build an online insurance company. The team that started an online bank sold that to E-Trade.
Oh, which was probably a huge deal at that point.
It probably was, yeah. I don't know what it was, but I'm sure they did pretty well.
Deal. Yeah.
And so they wanted to start an insurance company in the same way. So I was working with another local company on a contract basis, doing some work with them on doing some online automation type stuff.
Okay.
And he basically hired a lot of the IT people who were working on that project because they were having some financial problems.
Oh.
And so he hired a lot of us. We started from scratch. Basically took a lot of the stuff we kind of learned
along the way
and started over. And then, of course, the crash happened.
Yeah.
And our wish to be bazillionaires didn't happen.
Sure. Oh, dang.
We had to build a real company at that point. Now.
Yeah. What did you say that you guys helped with online automations at that time? What did that look like? What was an online automation in the 2000s?
Yes. So at that point, so when you think about like doing underwriting for a life insurance policy. Okay. So you would fill out a paper application. Yeah. You would send it to the insurance company. An underwriter would go out, like look at all the data, make a decision. It might take 30 days to get a decision.
Okay.
So what we did is we built the online platform where you enter the application online, enter all your information. Once you signed everything, we were able to find data like on your prescriptions, your medical history. We based on how you answered the questions. Yep. Do I smoke? Height, weight, those kinds of things.
It goes to a different
option. So we were making all the decisions. We could pull your driving record. We could see if you had any tickets, if you were a good driver or not. And based on all the information we could pull in, we actually joked about, can we pull in your Kroger card and see what you bought? Did you buy too many cookies last month?
Oh, that would be awful. Yeah.
We didn't ever do that. But
thankfully, I appreciate that.
But then what we could do is we could automatically make a decision. So the underwriter at that point, we had what we called our expert system, which is kind of a precursor to a lot of AI today.
Yeah.
And the expert system would make the decisions, yes, no, maybe.
Okay.
If it was a maybe, the underwriter we had hired would then make a decision.
Okay.
You know, maybe we need to write more rules. Maybe we need this. And they would kind of look at those edge cases and make that decision.
Yeah.
And then if we needed to do something like go out and do a physical exam, like pull blood or something like that, then they would coordinate all that stuff.
But you were assisting the automations with cutting down the research time.
Yeah.
And assisting with that yes, no, maybe.
Yeah. So from the time you started to the time you got done was 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. That's much better.
So to get a policy issued in 10 to 15 minutes, you get to the end, you put in your credit card or your bank account info. It charges you. You signed online. There was no DocuSign at that time.
Sure.
So we had to create our own electronic signature algorithm.
Ooh.
Then we had to get it approved by the SEC. So the SEC had to approve it. And then once they approved it, then we were able to go live with that.
Wow. That had to feel...
Back in 2001.
Yeah. I mean, early days, that had to feel pretty cool to know that not only were you cutting that research time down, but productivity could go up if it's taking 15 minutes to write a policy versus 30 days.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
And
awesome.
so at that point, though, you know, it was so new and such a new technology. You know, people didn't pile in like we thought they would. So we had to like slowly build the business over a number of years. And even starting a brand new insurance company from scratch is really hard.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
So it took a while, and then we eventually sold that whole business to Nationwide in 2017.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. So they got some of that software that you guys were writing, essentially.
Right, yeah. They could have started from scratch and built it on their own, but they chose just to acquire us instead.
Love that.
So just decided it was time to move on.
Yay.
And started this in 2020 during a pandemic, right?
Yeah.
So why not?
What happened? So what happened? Lead me there.
Yeah. So it's just time to do something else, do a new challenge. And so started thinking about it. October 2020, started the business.
No. That was, good time to start a business. So, actually, a lot of people felt the same. So yes, that was a great time.
Yeah. And I've run into a lot of people, hey, I started my business in 2020 as well.
Yeah, I hear that often. I love that. Okay.
So started just doing consulting.
Okay. So
used my resume, would do some executive level coaching or consulting with other Fortune 500 companies on IT challenges they were having. Did it all remotely. And then I started having some people locally who would say, hey, can you just manage my IT for me? And so kind of fell into doing just the managed IT services that I do today. Yeah. So where we do just day-to-day management of somebody's IT department, where they may have an IT person, they may not, especially when we look at a small business. Typically for them to hire a full-time IT person is probably rare. Prohibitive. Oh, so, you know, it's pretty rare. Yeah. We do run into it sometimes. A lot of times that might be somebody's nephew, or it could be, you know, the COO who's doing it part-time. So what we do is try to come in, look at all their processes, try to professionalize it a little bit. You know, these are standard processes. And then using that enterprise level experience that I had, you know, not only running an enterprise where we're managing, you know, billions of dollars of assets of client data, where hackers were constantly trying to get in. But you know, how do you use those processes and bring it down to a small business? Yep. And some of those processes, while it's a different amount of people there or different amount of data, they still need some of the same processes to protect themselves. Yeah, exactly. So this is where Z-JAK comes in. Right. Where'd that name come from? So it's kind of funny. It was kind of a family thing. So ZJAK is my kid's initials. Okay. The Z, I had read the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. One of them is start with the end in mind. So just it's kind of a tweak, you know, hey, we're starting with a Z. Yep. So we'll start with the Z. We're starting with the Z, the end. Yeah. And then the JAK was just around my kids, because just learning from running a business before and starting that business in the 90s when I had 3 small kids. Super fun. There's a lot of sacrifices you have to make starting a business. Yes. And I want to make sure that my kids are grown now, but just thinking about family commitments. Sure. What does that mean? You know, keep your priorities straight was kind of a reminder of that. Keep so I thought front and center. Let's just use that. So. Yeah. No, I love it. And that's cool. Thanks for sharing that. That's really special. You know, they say, oh, the business name isn't important. That's what all the coaches told me in the beginning.
And then I hear something like that, and I'm like, man, it could not feel more important when you hear a good name, where it comes from.
And I had bought the ZJAK.com domain name like a long time ago.
Really?
And I sold it to somebody.
Someone else.
Because they offered me a bunch of money for it, because it's a 4-letter domain. So
Yeah. Okay.
Sure, why not?
Have you tried to get it back?
I did, and they don't respond. So then I just got the .net. And I used the .net.
Honestly, that feels okay.
Yeah.
A technology company, it has to have a cool ending, right? .net, that's different.
Why not?
I like it. Well, one day we might get that domain back.
We'll see. I think some Chinese company owns it now, so who knows?
So now you can never get it back.
Probably.
Cool. So did you like consulting, or do you feel like what it grew into is better suited?
I like both, really.
Okay.
So one of the goals I had was to build a company without hiring a lot of people.
Okay.
So I knew what that was like.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fun experience necessarily.
Sure. It's tough.
So what I wanted to do was find good partners I could work with.
Okay.
So what I ended up finding was a company out of Dallas that had put together something like a co-op of IT companies.
Yeah.
And there's roughly, I don't know, around 200 of us around the country. And so what we do is we all cooperate together.
Yeah.
And we all negotiate vendor contracts together.
Oh, nice.
So rather than me buying, say, 100 copies of something,
Yep.
because a lot of the vendors require minimum purchases.
Oh, sure.
So now I'm able to get enterprise level tools that maybe I couldn't purchase as a small IT company.
I
and
see.
we're buying 80,000 copies of it.
Right.
So we get better
vendors
terms
love
on
you.
it. We have availability to get those same tools now to a small business with 10 people, or maybe they couldn't afford it before.
Yeah.
And so we're using these really high level AI type tools to help protect their businesses. So it gives a lot of benefits to the clients. And then what we do is we also have a help desk team in Dallas.
Cool.
So it's not overseas, it's in Dallas.
Right. It's here.
It's local. I mean, it's the U.S. And so what we do is we document everything on a common platform. When they call a local number, but the team in Dallas answers for me. They do that first, second, third level support.
That's nice.
Typically, if they can't answer the question, it's because I didn't document something correctly. And then they refer them to me and say, hey, you need to call Joe.
Okay.
I'm not sure what to do with them. They've got this problem and you don't have a documentation for it.
It's humbling.
Right? Or it could be, hard drive crashed. I mean, obviously you can't fix that from Dallas, and most people don't care as long as they can get help.
Right. They need quick, understandable help.
Right.
Do you get a lot of, my printer won't connect to my computer?
Oh, yeah. We get that a lot.
That's me.
And so I look at that because I see what people are calling in about. I can call the client directly and say, hey, I've noticed you've got this problem. Let's see what's going on.
Sure.
If it's a recurring problem, try to help them fix it.
Yeah.
And then I can focus more on strategic stuff with a client, and that day-to-day IT stuff is handled by somebody. My printer won't work, or I forgot my password.
Yeah, I hired a new employee and I don't know how to set up.
My screen won't come on.
That's me a lot too.
And they do that first level. Turn it off, turn it on.
Yeah.
That you always do, right?
Always power off and on. If you can blow on something, maybe not anymore, but I mean, it worked before.
If you drop your phone in the water, maybe,
Yeah. Do you remember Nintendo and the games? Every time it was perfect.
Right, exactly.
We need some of that back. Yeah. It was easier to handle problems on your own. Oh, cool. Okay.
So what's cool about that is that now I have a help desk that's staffed 24/7, 365 days a year.
Beautiful.
The help desk took, I think, 8,000 plus phone calls last month.
Wow.
And I think our average answer time was under a minute.
That's amazing.
So when you talk to most IT companies, you're getting somebody who may or may not be in the office. They'll call you back when they're available. So to get to talk to a tech within a minute or 2 minutes,
it's beautiful.
It's huge for a small business who's just trying to get back to work.
Right, because what could feel like a small problem could greatly affect their finances.
Right.
I can't turn my computer on. I can't enter invoices. I can't, things like that seem like small potatoes and could greatly affect productivity or efficiency. Well, cool. I love that. That's a rare thing to get responses in that amount of time. We have a mutual friend, Mr. Paul Cox.
Yeah.
And I hear about security often. And I'll be honest, I'm sure you hear this a lot too. Sometimes when he starts talking, I hear like sorry, Paul, if you're listening to this. He probably is because he is a huge supporter of the podcast. Charlie Brown, teachers.
Yeah.
Like the wah, wah, wah. And I know it's important, but my brain does not comprehend it. But I do know he talks about security all the time. And with the growing AI, you mentioned some early automation situations, then mentioned some on a bigger scale AI security situations. Talk to me about some of those. What are some of the AI cybersecurity situations going on?
Yeah, so what we're seeing, a big one right now is phishing.
With a PH.
Yeah. PH, right.
So make sure I know. Yep.
Right, exactly. So, and you think about, I think we talked earlier about Nigerian prince emails.
Always. Why? Leave me alone,
those
Prince.
are so easy to spot. Well, now, if you've got, and people still fall for those.
For sure, yeah.
I'm sure they do.
Not anymore. We're doing better.
So, everything is online.
Yeah.
Whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it is. Using AI, I can go out and pull all that data and write very customized email for each individual person. So, Mary, congratulations on your promotion. Maybe I get you to open it because it looks like it's from somebody you know.
Sure, it's
personal. I know your whole org chart from your LinkedIn profile. I know what your dog's name is.
Yeah.
Everything about you I can potentially find out through social media or other online places. I can write a very customized phishing email that you're more likely to open.
Yeah.
So
scary.
By doing that, now I can potentially harvest credentials or do other things. So it's not like the movies. So, where you've got people in a dark room, hacking in everything. People say they don't hack in, they log in.
Oh.
So if I can just send you an email and get you to give me your login ID, that's all I need. So, and I've seen that.
Simple.
I've seen that where people get the emails and it looks very real. And it says, hey, log in to your Microsoft account to see this document. Somebody maybe somebody you correspond with frequently, they got hacked. They will send you an email that looks very realistic with an attachment. You open the attachment, it says you have to log in to see this. You log in, it's a fake site, you put your credentials in. Now somebody in who knows where, Iran or North Korea or wherever, has your credentials and can log in and has access to everything in your business within seconds.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty terrifying.
Because of that, we have to use AI tools to try to catch those easier.
The criminals.
Right.
Those criminals. Is there another name? I mean, criminals.
Basically, yeah. The
Those
adversaries or bad actors.
Losers. So the AI tools that you guys use are actually combating that and wanting to help stop the criminals.
Right. We call it AI versus AI. Right.
Yeah. I was imagining a battle and it was two AI guys. So you're trying to combat what people have already been doing. And how does that work for my little people?
So as somebody who's like a security engineer who's watching just log files scrolling by constantly, now I can use AI to look for patterns. So instead of me looking at each individual line, I can see, is there a pattern going on here? I can accumulate a lot of data from maybe multiple computers in your office, from your firewall, from your computers, from everything in your building. I can accumulate all that data and analyze it very, very quickly within seconds and look for something that looks like an unusual pattern.
Oh, okay.
And then the engineer then is just looking at these things that are these outliers instead of just reams and reams of log data.
Okay.
So they're more likely to find things.
Yeah.
And then even things like I mentioned, the email. So we have tools that will see things we call conditional access. Somebody logs in from North Korea to your account. We can lock your account pretty quickly.
I see.
And look for patterns of logins, like we call it like a magic login.
Yep.
You logged in from Kentucky and maybe France within a few seconds of each other.
It's wild.
Something's probably not right.
Right.
So
yeah.
we're going to lock the account until we figure out what's going on.
I love that. I, as the accountant professional for a lot of businesses, one of the most common phishing emails that I get is from what looks like an employee, and they are telling me their bank information changed for payroll, and they want me to change their information and send the deposit there, or from vendors. And it's very hard to catch. That will say, this invoice is approved. You can send it here. And you have to put on a different kind of thinking cap, because I have noticed it's 1 or 2 letters off in an email. One way to avoid it completely is just not accept it, and, call the employee or call the vendor and get that information. What are some other tips, tricks, things that people could do in this really tough online space to catch these criminals, these losers?
Yeah. Things like calling out, big thing. Anytime you're moving money, changing accounts, always call out and never use the phone number that's in the email.
Sure.
Use the email you have on file already. And be careful, even things like, like the old school stuff, Microsoft with 2 O's, it's hard to catch those things.
It does, because you're scanning emails.
And people are, they're trying to do a good job. Maybe they're in a hurry. Everybody's got a lot to do.
Yeah.
And you just don't think about it.
No.
So anytime you have to put in your credentials, anytime people are asking you to move money, always call out and just double check that it's legitimate.
Okay.
More than anything.
Yes. Calling them out.
The IRS is not going to call you, or the police are not going to call you and tell you that they have a warrant out for you,
Gosh, the amount of spam things. You qualify for a loan. Like, I didn't try to get a loan. We want to talk about your extended warranty.
Right.
Like, what warranty are we extending? So calling them out is the biggest way to catch it.
Right. And even things like within, say, if you're using Microsoft 365, you can create rules on there that say, if somebody creates a forwarding rule. So a common thing we see is someone will hack into your email. You don't even know they're in there.
Yeah.
And then what they might do is create a forwarding rule that says anything that comes in, maybe it's from your bank or whatever, send it to this external address. So now what I do is, as the attacker, I go out and I apply for a loan.
Yeah.
Maybe I go to Fifth Third or whoever your local bank is, and I apply for a loan. I've got a rule now on your inbox. Anything that comes from that bank, I'm going to forward it to me so you never see it. I delete it or put it in a hidden folder where you're not looking for it.
Yeah.
And then now they're potentially using your credit from your business to apply for loans. So, and I think the financial companies are getting a lot better. They're pretty good about catching these things. We had one that I helped somebody with where they had created a rule like that. They didn't find out till the bank actually called out and said, hey, can you come in and sign your paperwork? And they said, what paperwork?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
And then they were able to find out. They called me. We helped them lock down the environment, create some rules on that. And even things like, the office admin goes on vacation and forwards their email to somebody else in the office. We get an alert on that, and then we can call to the business and say, did you really mean to do this?
Yeah.
So we're getting those forward-ing alerts set up.
Okay. Being proactive.
Right,
for
exactly.
sure.
And then those policies.
Happens. Yeah, that happens a lot with the forwarding. I have a client that works in Outlook, and the amount of spam emails and criminals that they get is outrageous. It's a pretty big company too, so a lot of people get them. The first thing that we're told in the IT world is check the forwarding. Check the forwarding rules.
Right.
And if you don't know what you're looking at or looking for, having an IT professional really makes it so much easier. Hey, can you just check and see or walk me through what I'm looking for?
Right.
Because this is where your brain's at.
Yeah.
It's what you were born to do. I mean, you birthed to do this. So
Yeah.
no, that's super helpful. And is a lot of banks, Republic Bank specifically lately, I've been getting an email from Republic Bank saying, hey, we're never going to call you and ask you to confirm an ACH like this over the phone. We're never going to ask you to repeat. We're not going to call you and ask for your account information because I've noticed a lot of phishing, PH, in that way lately. So
that's called Vishing. Vishing.
Vishing.
Voice phishing.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So I'm learning. That's happened a lot lately with local banks. So like Republic and Fifth Third, where people call and ask, hey, can you confirm this ACH and your account information? And it just takes one time.
Right. And it's weird. Like, why are they, I've had those calls and just to see what they say, Yeah, can you confirm your bank account info? No. You tell me. You called me. Can you confirm to me that you know what my account number is?
You tell me what you know.
Right.
You like doing that? I kind of like doing it.
It is, but it's a little scary. I don't want,
Yeah.
somebody showing up at my house.
Oh, well, I hope they do. I want to meet them face to face. Sometimes I get a lot out of control with those calls because I get angry that they're even trying. But the longer you keep them on the phone, the less likely they are. They realize they're not going to get what they want.
I like watching the videos of the people who mess with them. And
you want to be an observer.
I don't want to be involved.
You don't want to be the person. That's okay.
Yeah.
Next time I'll make a video as the instigator.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so with all of these criminals out there and some of these tips and tricks that we've talked about, one of the other things that I know that is preached about, but again, is passwords. I might give you a small heart attack if I tell you how I do passwords. A lot of them are the same. They're not my dog's names or my kids' names. I did learn not to do that. And for a long time, I've kept them on a spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's not good.
I realize that might not be the best.
Yeah.
What are some ways that people could... There's a lot of password situations, especially if you own a business. I feel like you have to somehow know 15,000 passwords.
Right.
How can people store those safely?
Well, you probably know the answer. Use a password manager.
I did not. Did not.
Use a password manager.
We have a VPN and we use Nord VPN.
Yeah, that's different than a password manager.
And it has a password locker feature.
Yeah. So if it has something built in like that, use it. We tell people don't use the one that's built into Chrome or Firefox or Edge. Those are not very secure.
Okay.
If somebody were to get into your computer, then they have access to all those passwords.
Oh. Okay. So an outside.
Yeah. So if you use a third-party one, there's a bunch of them on the market.
Really? Okay. Like LastPass?
LastPass is one. I use Keeper Security. Password Boss is another good one that we use.
Save it in there.
Put it in there. And so what happens is you learn one really good password. From there, now you just have to know that one password. Yeah. And it unlocks everything.
Oh, like the master password.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So make it really long.
Yep. I'll work on
mine's
that.
like 20-something characters.
What? Really?
Yep. And what I did is I just took a sentence.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about my favorite vacation or something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you because then you know my password. But
yeah.
then I use that
password. It's Dallas.
So use that sentence, take the first letter of each one, mix in a couple symbols and numbers.
Okay.
And, it took a little bit to learn it, but
yeah.
And then I wrote it down and I put it in a safe deposit box.
Oh, so, like at a bank?
Yeah.
You put it in the safe deposit box? Gosh, I love this so much.
So that way, like and it has things like, life insurance account information, all sorts of information is in there.
In the box?
In my vault.
In the vault.
Yep.
The password vault.
Yes. So that will help you create different passwords now for every single website you log into.
Okay.
And then it plugs into your browser. So when you go to, say, Republic Bank, it will fill in the password for you, and you can make sure it's unique for all of your sites.
Oh, and you're not having to remember all of them.
Remember them.
Or put it on a spreadsheet.
And they can be just completely random.
Okay.
That way.
Okay.
So that's the best way to do it. And then even most of those password managers will tell you, we found this particular password in a data breach somewhere.
I get those all the time.
So yeah, those alerts might tell you, if you use the same password for your bank as you do for your life insurance.
Yeah.
Maybe you should change it, use different ones for both.
Okay. I'm learning so much.
Don't put it on your computer. If you're really opposed to putting it in the computer, use a paper book, if nothing else,
Jeff, don't.
It's not my favorite thing to do, but
it's better than
storing it on the computer. If somebody walks out with your laptop.
Yeah.
Or
what if your password spreadsheet has a password?
Doesn't help.
Oh.
Those take about 5 seconds to crack.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a pretty good password.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're pretty easy to get
We know
through.
better, we'll do better.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to get that off there.
And one of the tools that we use will warn us if we find a password file on somebody's computer. So it scans their computer, it looks for anything that could be an issue, and then we get an alert that says, "Hey, we found a password spreadsheet on this particular computer. You might want to warn
there is a password, but it's not a great one, so we need to take it off." Okay, you would warn against that. Okay, noted. I should have said allegedly, because I definitely called myself
allegedly,
out.
Right?
Allegedly, there's a password spreadsheet. Okay, we'll do better. Because I do have the VPN. I have the Nord situation, and it has the password locker.
Manager.
Yeah, it was some kind of feature where it does the fill-in situation.
Yeah, some of those, it's an upgrade to get that. I don't know how Nord is, but definitely check that out if it's included.
It is. It was not included. I did have to pay extra, but I must have been in a really good state of mind because I did it.
Okay.
Just not the spreadsheet.
Well, good. You got the first step done.
Yeah. But I was like, nah, it's a spreadsheet and it has a password. I also have it written down. But I am going to get a safe deposit box. That's fun. That's mysterious. That is like National Treasure vibes.
Yeah, exactly. I need to put clues around the house.
Yes.
Inside
if something happens to you, we'll have to find the clue to the deposit box. There's a key under the candlestick in the library. We'll make it exciting.
It's in a file called this.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say where it is on this. But.
Yeah. What's his favorite vacation? That's where we can find the key to the. Love that. That's a mystery. So what are we having to look forward to? At this point, you have a really cool co-op, which I love. I love collaboration in business. I think I wish more people would do that. So currently, if we have a small to medium-sized business that has IT needs, and specifically maybe one that doesn't necessarily want an in-house IT guy because that's not you, but needs help. Is this what we're going to keep growing this business, or what do we have?
Yeah, that's the plan. Just keep growing it.
Yeah.
And so we do it like a subscription.
Okay.
So you pay a subscription every month for help desk access.
Yep.
Because what we've seen is that when people are paying just as things break, we call it a break fix model.
Okay.
People call, they're afraid to call.
Yeah.
So
it's embarrassing sometimes.
The office admin knows, hey, this is going to cost me $200 to call to get this problem solved.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to talk to the boss first, then it gets put off.
Yeah.
And now this little bitty problem that we could have solved in 2 or 3 minutes is now a big problem. It's going to take everything down for half a day while we solve it.
Right.
So we do a subscription. You can call once a month. You can call 10 times a month.
Okay.
Same price.
It's included.
We'd rather you call when the problem is small and we can solve it quickly versus waiting for the problem to get big.
Right.
So it takes that pressure off of the end client. It helps everybody.
Yeah.
So
so that's the membership. Do you have tiers?
Not really, no.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, you probably would if it would take one client that you're like, yeah, we need to have some tiers.
We don't. I've got one person who calls multiple times a week.
Really?
And I've got some that hardly ever call.
Okay. And it works for both.
It works for both, yeah.
I love that.
But you've got them on call if you need them. So it helps everybody.
Okay.
And then everybody that's in my co-op uses the same tools.
Oh, nice.
So if I need to get somebody on site in another city, they know we use the same setup.
Yep.
They know what everything's going to look like. Then it just makes it a lot easier to get those problems solved on site as well.
Nice. Okay. I think everybody needs an IT guy or gal. but that doesn't ring the same way, IT guy.
Mm-hmm.
So how can people reach out if they're interested in picking your brain, wanting to get started? What's the best way?
Yeah, just if you search Z-JAK Technologies, you'll find lots of results
.net.
there.
.net.
.net, Z is in zebra, JAK.net.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got that. I've got a lot of resources there.
Okay.
I even, not too long ago, stood up a separate site just for AI stuff.
Oh, really?
Because I was getting a lot of questions about AI.
Sure.
So I stood up ZJAK.AI.
Nice.
Which has some tools on it specifically for AI. I hear a lot of questions about AI.
Yeah. People are nervous.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it has 3 different tools on it. The first is just an assessment. Mm-hmm. Where do I stand?
Okay.
What do I need to maybe make some improvements on?
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you a report at the end. It's just 10 questions, takes you 5 minutes. Go through the questions. Here's the things you can do to improve where you stand.
Yep.
And then from there, if you want to do it yourself, you can, or if you want to reach out to us, we'll help you with it.
Okay.
And then we also have what we call our decision framework. Mm-hmm. So the decision framework helps you figure out where AI makes sense to solve a problem in your business.
Ooh.
Maybe it's the roofer who needs help following up with people who call in.
Mm-hmm.
How can I use AI to help me do better follow-ups with people who call in?
Yes.
So
okay.
we've got that. And it'll help you figure out how to prioritize those projects. And then the third one, we put an ROI calculator out there. So if we do this project that's going to save one person 2 minutes every time they do this task, and they do this task 100 times a week, and we pay them $20 an hour, where's the break-even point on doing project work to solve this particular problem?
Oh, I love that.
So
any kind of ROI chat.
Oh, yeah.
I love.
So I started that website because it was kind of mixed in with everything else on my main website. I just wanted to build something just focused on AI. That's what we did.
Is that a .com?
It's a .ai.
Really?
ZJAK.AI.
Good for you. That's cool.
Yeah. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I actually used AI to help me build the site. So.
Hey, of course. I mean, lead by example. That's cool. I love that. And I think people do have a lot of questions right now. AI is not new, but I think people are becoming more accepting, but then on the other side, fearful. And so you're teaching people how to utilize it as a tool, and be knowledgeable about that. And I love that you have a survey built in. Gosh, I love a survey. Tell me what kind of chapstick I am, what kind of cheese I am, what kind of AI I need. It all sits in the same category for me. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you're helping people with systems and processes as well.
Right. And we tell people, if nothing else, create a policy document around AI. What's acceptable use for AI? Because AI is everybody's using AI in their business, whether they know it or not.
Yeah.
and I've talked to business owners who said, "Oh, nobody here uses AI."
Yeah.
And then I talked to, somebody else who works in there and go, "Oh yeah, I use ChatGPT all the time." When you start talking to them individually.
Yeah.
And then you find out they're doing things like loading up drawings, or confidential information into the AI to get help with it. And they're using a free tool for it.
Yeah.
And they don't really understand that this free tool is being used to train the model. So the next person who comes in and says, "Hey, I need help creating this particular type of part," goes, "Oh, I got one over here. This company just uploaded one.
They just did this for you. Here you go."
Right. So here's a detailed drawing of exactly how to do this because I learned how to do it from this other company. They're not going to tell you where they learned it, but that's where they're going to get the information. Okay. So the free tool's not great.
Yeah.
And even if you're using it like the paid one, the $20 a month paid one, it will still train on your data that you put in. So you need to get what's called a business subscription. So like, for example, in ChatGPT, you've got ChatGPT free.
Yep.
You've got the plus version, and then there's a business version. The business version is going to do better with privacy controls. So, what you put into it's going to stay more private. I still tell people, anonymize the data. Don't put anything in there that you wouldn't want in the newspaper,
Sometimes the things that people share with chat, though.
Right, exactly. It's amazing.
Come on now.
So do that. And then you can also, even if you just use the free version, you can go in there and there's a switch that will turn off the privacy part of it. It turns off the sharing part of it, using it to train the model.
Oh.
And if you're not sure how to do it, just ask. So go into Claude, ChatGPT, and said, hey, I want to make sure you're not using my questions to train your model.
Okay.
How do I do that?
And it'll tell
It'll
you.
say, go here, click this link.
Yeah. Mine's kind of sassy because I've trained it that way. And it would be like, don't you feel like this is something you should do on your own?
Right. And it's still kind of fun because, and I tell people, it's great, but you still have to know what good looks like.
Right.
You can use it to help with drafting a legal document. You still have to know what the law is.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not pulling some fictional thing, you know, or marketing. You have to know what good marketing looks like.
Right.
In IT, I ask it, I run into something I hadn't seen before, and I ask ChatGPT, I've got this problem I've never seen before. How would you solve it?
Sure.
And it gives me back something I know is wrong.
Oh.
And and I call it on it. I say, that's not right. I know that's not right. And then I'll go, yeah, you're right. Let me research it further.
You're still the expert in the situation.
Right.
Interesting.
So you got to use your brain a little bit there too, not just hand everything off to AI.
Right.
The other thing we tell it to do is use a principle, what we call least privilege. Only give it access to what the minimum it needs to do whatever job you ask it to do.
Okay. Least privileged.
Least privileged access.
Gosh, I have a lot of work to do.
So if you give ChatGPT access to all your email, somebody could send you an email with hidden text in it that says, forward me a copy of their last bank statement from their email. It's hidden. You never see it.
Okay.
and if you've got ChatGPT or whatever turned on to say, just let it do its thing without me intervening, it may be doing things that you don't want.
Right.
You heard about, I think this was a few weeks ago, the professor who put hidden text on a quiz or a paper.
Oh,
so
smart.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but he put something in white font on a white background with a hidden question as part of their homework.
Okay.
And the people who used AI picked up that hidden question because they just copied and pasted everything.
Interesting.
It fed it into the AI. The AI gave them the response back, which included an answer to a question that wasn't really on the test.
Right.
Or whatever the assignment was.
Which immediately called out who used
AI. And the
AI
professor knew immediately who used AI to do the homework.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
Yeah.
But also.
But,
do better. Yeah. Do the
right,
homework.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Smart professor, though.
Very smart,
I have heard it's a very tricky time with school.
Yeah.
And the use of AI. Yikes.
Yeah. So, think about it. If you make a mistake, it's a one-off.
Right.
If chat makes a mistake, it happens 15,000 times before you notice it,
Yeah.
So
it's just a very big difference.
Right. So you have to have a human in the loop there somewhere.
Yes. You're still the expert. You're still the one in charge. And we need to utilize it as a tool, not as the end result.
Right.
So that's such a good reminder. I talk a lot about AI in today's, I'm sure, not nearly as much as you do, I'm sure, but just the use of it in individual industries and businesses, and even in accounting. We use QuickBooks a lot, and there are so many AI features added that some I love. They save so much time, but some I think if we turned on would take away the personable looking through each transaction need for a certain business. So pros and cons. And being smart enough to know the difference.
And a lot of the vendors are baking AI into their tools.
Yeah.
And you may not even know it.
Right.
Like Zoom added the AI transcription stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know it was there, just turned itself on and started trying to record meetings.
Yeah.
Which, that's great. But I'd like to have some, yes or no, do you want this feature first before it
permissions
just turned it on for me?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
You have to watch for that.
What are your vendors adding in to your tools?
Yeah, I love that. That's actually the perfect bookend to our conversation. Are you ready to get out of here?
Sure.
Let's hit it.